Hello, my lovelies, and welcome to Queen's Curry Kitchen. Queens is a little tiny borough in New York, which has a lot of personality, and there's a lot of nationalities that share this space with us. I live in Queens. My name is Nupur. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm a cookbook author and a chef, and I love making plant-based food from my little tiny kitchen right here in Queens. So today, as you can see, I don't know if you can look out the window or not, but let me just give you a quick. It's pretty gloomy out there. It's raining, and so I thought, what do I crave on a gloomy, rainy, kind of cold and damp day? Well, the unanimous answer for most of us is actually soup. So that's what I'm gonna make today. And as you know, I'm totally inspired by the flavors of Asia, and I do a lot of Asian inspired dishes, but I always like to add my own little twist, and I like to make it short and sweet. I don't like to spend too much time in the kitchen, and yet I like to eat easy, flavorful meals. So without any further ado, I'm going to jump into making a vegetable soup, and I'm using some store-bought help in the form of dumplings. So if you've gone to restaurants and had wonton soup and just found the broth to be tasteless because you're vegan and there's no chicken broth in your broth, or there's no bone broth as the base of your soup, and you're like, why am I eating this bland stuff? This soup is going to change the way you think about wonton soup, and it's just super duper easy to make. Hello Ruchi, welcome to Queen's Curry Kitchen. I'm afraid I can't see too much. I broke my prescription reading glasses, so forgive me if I'm not able to respond to all the comments. But the message is more important than than my being able to read it. So let's jump right into the video, into the recipe. So the first thing I did was I used my Instapot for this recipe. What I did was I took 2 tomatoes, I peeled them, and then I cut the tomato, took 6 cups of water. I also took some corn from my freezer. I took some green peppers, and I took some cabbage, and I cut it into thin strips. Let me show you what I did. I got cabbage, and I got green peppers, and I put some corn. I also added 1 bay leaf, like you can see, right? And I also added Chinese 5-spice powder. You should absolutely use that because it gives a very nice flavor. This broth is very lightly salted, and I steamed this broth. I've done it in an Instant Pot, but I did about 3 minutes, right? So if you're not doing it in a pressure cooker, you're doing it on a stovetop, just keep an eye on it. So the vegetables are kind of soft. They're not hard. They're not crunchy anymore. You see? And I put some edamame too, so it's a nice hearty soup. For flavoring, I've added some ginger garlic paste to this. More garlic and less ginger, only because that's how I wanted it. And I've added a hint of fresh. In order to enhance the flavor of this, we are going to go ahead and add my favorite tomato paste. Actually, that works really well in this recipe as well. I'm also going to add sambal olek, which is the chili garlic sauce. And I like it not too spicy, so this is just about it, and no more, no less. And my secret ingredient for adding flavor to all Asian dishes is sesame oil. So I'm gonna add, so up until now there is no oil in this dish at all, but the only oil that we're adding is in the form of sesame oil. Now, in the time that we are done watching this video, you are going to have a flavorful dumpling soup without having to make the dumplings. When your liquid is simmering, I have actually put it on sear mode so that it will be nice and hot, and it's simmering away. And I'm going to add all these store-bought dumplings in there. Right? I'm going to be sharing this with one of my friends, so I'm going to have enough for her, enough for me. Nobody should be left. Put as many or as few as you want. You can also add a little hint of vinegar and a little hint of sugar if that's what you prefer. I actually went ahead, so this was half a bag that was still, I just didn't want to have 2 or 3 dumplings floating around in my house. So this is a really quick way to clean out your freezer, clean out all the corn packets that you have sitting around, clean out dumplings. If you don't have dumplings, you can also add ramen, or you can add just plain noodles that you get. So you can totally add something like this, which is just plain flat noodles, and by the time they simmer, they actually soak up all the beautiful flavors of the broth. And usually when you eat dumpling soup in a restaurant, it's just clear, watery broth. And that is such a turn off for me. I really don't appreciate that. I don't like the taste of it. So this is my way of adding flavor to it. Let me see if I can find a cover so that I can actually... the flavors are good. I think it needs a little more garlic, so I'm going to add that. Because I like it to be a little deep in its flavors. Right? So you're seeing it simmering right over there. If you're a fan of thick soups and you don't like anything as thin as this, then here's the thing. Just boil everything like I did before, up to the point of adding the dumplings. And then take a stick blender and blend all of these vegetables. And they are literally going to give you a nice, thick, creamy broth. So you're going to be happy with the texture of it. And if you like the taste of vegetables, which I like, I love a mouthful of vegetables, and I like the crunchiness and the contrast of the soft and the crunchy vegetables. So I never do that to my soups, unless of course I'm doing maybe like a cream of tomato or something. Okay, so I'm going to allow this to simmer. I will add a little bit of sugar. And here's one more thing that I've saved. So these are dried mushrooms. Right, these are dry mushrooms, and I soaked them in hot water. You see how spongy they become? So it really becomes reconstituted. See that? It becomes reconstituted and spongy, and it has a really nice, like, woody, earthy aroma. So definitely add those. It has a nice meaty texture. So especially if you have like vegetarians in your family or vegans in your family, then you know you want to add mushrooms to their food because they all love mushrooms. I personally love mushrooms, but these I add flavor, which is very different from a fresh mushroom. So that's that. And look at this broth. This colorful broth is gold. Like when you add it to your dishes, it actually gives it that nice depth of flavor. Okay, so we're just gonna give this a quick stir. And as it comes to completion, I will finish it off with that I've reserved and some of the bell peppers that I've reserved. If you add green peppers, like green bell peppers to this broth, it makes the most amazingly flavorful broth. There is no MSG in this, and we are not using any store-bought ingredients, like no spices, no MSG, no pre-mixed seasonings or anything except for the soy sauce and the chili garlic sauce. So you can see it's simmering right over there. I'll be right back. So not a lot, just a tad bit to balance off the flavors. That's it. It's not supposed to be a sweet soup. It's just, in Asian cooking, they always balance the sweet, the salty, the sour, the pungent, the bitter. You can add that to this. It's a great addition. I'm just going to check for seasoning while it's still simmering. You can see as the dumplings cook, they float to the top. I've also tried this with absolutely frozen dumplings right out of the freezer and stuck it in my pot and set it to 3 minutes to 6 minutes and walked away from my nice hot dumpling soup. So I've done, you don't have to actually babysit it. You don't have to stand around. You just put everything together in one shot and put enough water and then give it like maybe 3 to 4 minutes. Some of the dumplings in that case had exploded, but you know what? All the filling came out and it really added to whatever was going on in the pot. So I really didn't mind it. It has a little bit of heat to it. It still needs a little salt, but I'm not going to add any more soy sauce. I will actually add some Himalayan pink salt, which I add to all of my food. I don't use regular chemical salt. And then maybe cilantro. I will add some vinegar. Good old vinegar, right? So just to balance everything, the tangy, the sweet, the salty, just a tad bit. So usually the chili garlic sauce, do it, and that's about it, right? So you see how it's simmering. Let's check if the dumplings are fully cooked, and you can just see by they really are cooked. And I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it through so you can see. Oh my God, this is better than butter. Yeah, baby. So this is all ready to go. Now, if you do like a thick soup, again, what you can do is just take this mushroom broth Add some corn flour to it, and wherever you see these bubbling parts, you can add that immediately. It's going to thicken up the soup and make it a little more silky. So it's not going to be watery, but it's going to be silky. I like to do watery broths because I feel like, and you're inhaling all the steam, so it's really good for you, right? So I'm going to go back and add the leftover cabbage that I had saved, because now this is going to stand out and be, I would really love that. And there we go, together, you and I. Nobody else, you and me. Why do people decide to call me when I'm on Facebook Live? Haha. Container. I'm just trying to make a mockery of the fact that our soup is so much tastier than a restaurant soup container. But this, if you have frozen dumplings in your fridge, you can literally do this on any weeknight and get away with it. Really appreciate how different this taste is. It's really flavorful. I'd actually put a picture of my Facebook post or something, and I got so many requests for recipes. So yes, there is a book that's coming up which is based on Indianizing of international recipes, so stay tuned for that. It's all in that book. So here's some of the broth. I won't be eating the dumpling because I think it's going to be too hot and it's going to burn my tongue. I have turned it off so that it does not further cook and explode. Let me say a quick hello to Seema Savlani, who is watching, Sushma Serene, Tim, hello Tim, you are so sincere, you always come on my live videos, I appreciate that. And Dulce Rosal, I hope I pronounced your name correctly, Nancy Punjabi, who is always on our show. We have so welcome to the Queen's Curry Kitchen. We are at the stage of giving this a final taste. This is a vegetable dumpling soup in a vegetable broth. So I have some edamame and I have some corn that I was able to capture. Super duper hot though. If this does not bring comfort to you on a rainy, gloomy day like this, I don't know what will. It's really, you know that I'm not saying it because I made it, right? It really is that good. It's really light. I like the sharpness of the vinegar because it like wakes you up a little bit. But you can feel the underlying notes of the garlic, of the ginger. I can barely taste the sesame oil. Maybe I should have put a little bit more, or maybe I should use that as people can finish off their soup. It's a personal preference. But the corn, the edamame is beautifully softened. It literally melts in your mouth, and it's a really good taste. So when you have a soup like this as a starter, you can just basically do 2 dumplings and then maybe do a whole lot of broth, and then you have enough room to actually have dinner. But if you really want to make a meal of it, you know, eat like 6 dumplings and eat the soup, and I think you'll be good to go, right? So I hope that you'll give this a try. My simple tips and tricks really involve using the dried mushrooms, that's one thing. Using the sesame oil for flavor is another thing. Using the chili garlic paste is the third hack, and the fourth one is to use the sesame oil for additional flavor to drizzle on top. You can also add things like star anise. You can add things like basil. You can add things like ginger juliennes. If you do this broth and kind of have like an egg dumpling kind of a situation going on, sky's the limit, you know, make it your own. Don't feel restricted because I said to do it a certain way. I never cook the same thing the same way more than once, so I'm always changing it up and switching it around. But this really is one of my favorite things. So definitely go get some frozen dumplings, stick them in your fridge. They really will come in. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you're going to have a brighter tomorrow after this gloomy evening. I don't know what tomorrow's weather is going to be like, but you know what? The sunshine is always in the heart. It has nothing to do with the weather because we know the sky. So I hope you'll join me again in another one. If you wanted to get any of my cookbooks, they're on my website, queenscurrykitchen.com. All the links to the spices, the spice kits, the spice box, downloadable versions of the Vegan Indian Home Cookbook. Everything is on there. And if you want to take a class, that too. Information is all on queenscurrykitchen.com. We have classes for beginner, intermediate, and advanced levels of cooking. So no matter where you are, if you just want to take a go at it and learn some Indian recipes or Indian inspired recipes, definitely reach out. I hope you all are having a great day. I will see you again soon in the next one. I don't think it's going to be too far out. It might be soon, as early as tomorrow. Until then, be blissful and flavorful. I will surely see you again soon. Namaste and thank you for joining me. Bye bye.